Hi, welcome to Alaskan in Thailand. I'm here in Hua Hin Beach again this morning. Believe it or not, it rained last night. I was really surprised to see that this morning when I woke. I thought I saw some lightning this morning. I woke up and saw some flash and I looked out. It didn't look like it was raining, but sure enough, when I got out here at daybreak, it was raining, cloudy day, just drizzling. Looks like it's going to stop here pretty soon. It's a beautiful morning, of course. For me, it feels cool. Surprisingly, more people will be out probably today because it's cloudy. Well, today I thought I'd tell you all about my trip to the dentist. I went to the dentist here last week and I had some bottom teeth that are chipping out. Were chipped out really bad. They're like only a half or third of them, 2/3 of them left maybe. They were just chipped all the way out of the bottoms here. And it would be a matter of time. It was to the core. It was actually indented. The inside of a tooth is real soft, so it was all hollowed out already, and it was just a cavity, a literal cavity in the whole front of the tooth, both bottom teeth. Because when I was a stupid young guy, I chewed tobacco. And when I was even in Alaska, I chewed Eskimo tobacco, which is really coarse. You know, it's chopped up tobacco leaves, and they burn these mushrooms, and they'll take the ashes from the mushrooms and mix them with the tobacco leaves, and it's real coarse. I chewed that for years. Really nasty stuff, you know. Really is bad. But so then, yeah, it wore the enamel off my teeth. Back to the story. So I went in and I asked, is anything can be done to save them? Plus, my upper teeth were chipped off too. They both have chipped and worn away. They're actually worn down. They're about missing probably a quarter of them. Plus, you guys seen my shark-looking mouth from watching my videos. You guys know better than I do. But yeah, every time I looked in the mirror, more of my teeth were missing, pieces of them and stuff. Pieces would chip off the bottom ones pretty regular, and there wasn't much left. I figured they were going to try to sell me some crowns or something expensive. I seen they had them listed for like 18,000 or something, which is still not as much as the U.S., but I didn't want to part with that kind of cash. So I made an appointment, and I just walked in and I asked, do you have time to see me? And they're like, yeah, sure. Wait about 15 minutes. So I waited 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and they called me back. Real professional, young guy, young doctor, and this fairly young nurse. They looked in my mouth. He says, yeah, we could fill them, but he goes, first we need to clean it. We need to get all the plaque off. I haven't seen a dentist in a couple of years since I was in the Philippines a few years ago. So, and before that, it was like 30 years. So I said, sure, clean them. How much will that be? And it ended up being 1,000 and 200 office visits. So that was $36. That wasn't too bad. And he did a great job. He real meticulously cleaned every tooth, all the plaque and all that, which I had a lot of. And then actually went to every tooth and flossed to make sure it could floss and everything. Really meticulous work. Really great dentist. I can't say enough about this guy. He says, yeah, come back and we can fill them. I said, whoa, really? You could fill them? He says, yeah. I said, how much fill them? He says, front to 1,000 a surface or something like that. Don't quote me on it. I thought he said 1,000 or 1,200 a surface. And the bottom one's 800, I thought he said. I could be wrong. Per surface. I didn't understand if that was per tooth or not. So I said, yeah, sure. So I made an appointment, and it was a week ago, and now my appointment was yesterday, and I went in, and 10 o'clock in my appointment. Of course, I had to walk. I walk everywhere, so it was like 1.5 miles maybe to where I live in, which ain't bad. I could still walk there, but of course, when I get there, I'm wringing sweat, you know. Office was real nice, air conditioned. The first thing they ask you, want a bottle of water when you walk in? And I was okay. So at 10 o'clock, sure enough, he was done with another patient, and they called me back as soon as that one came out. And I went back there, and he says, he says, how did you want to do it? How many did you want to do today, and how many did you do the rest? And I was like, do them all today if you can. He goes, yeah, I think we got time. We can do them all. 4, I was going to have him do the bottom 2 and the front 2, top 2 and the bottom 2, at least, you know. And that's all that really needed it. He says, okay, and he sat me down. He whipped them out. He got some big syringe of that glue or whatever, artificial tooth, and they put that in. He sculpted around. He She put the heat glow light on it. They got some kind of special light, and they put a shield up for, I don't know who, me or him. There was a shield, and I just cook it with this blue light, and then he'd get on and with his Dremel and carve it. I used to be an ivory carver. I know all about carving ivory, and teeth are ivory. I can carve teeth. I can do it good, just like him. I bet I could. He had some good tools, and he got it done, and just no. And when he was done again, he flossed it and everything to make sure there was a good gap and space between it and everything. And then he did the top. He says, "Okay, spit," and I'd spit, and then do the top. And it only took him about 15, 20 minutes. I don't think I was there an hour. I bet I was there about 35, 40 minutes, and he was done. And he says, "Oh, yeah, what do you think?" And I was like, "Wow!" And he totally rebuilt them. I'll give you a look at my ugly mouth. Not too bad. Top teeth are gone. He fixed them. Bottom teeth are gone. They were almost gone. He fixed them like they're brand new almost. He said no hard foods and no sticky foods, and I don't know what he means by. And I was like, forever? Yep, no more. I don't know what that means. Caramel corn, I'm going to say don't eat caramel corn or anything like that. Hard foods, I don't know, potato chips. I don't eat potato chips anyway. I like those crunchy dried fish with the peanuts. I love, and they're like eating gravel. They're so dry and hard, but I'll just remember to use my back teeth. And anyway, I can go right back to him if they bust off. I know I can go right back to him. He'll fix them right up again. Really have a lot of confidence in this guy. He's for what he was doing, he really knew what he was doing. I don't know about, I see they do implants and other things too. And I think the prices were real reasonable. When I got out, I had the 4 teeth done, maybe 30, 40 minutes probably. 4 teeth done with, and it came to 4,800 baht. That's $144, I believe, is what it came to. I think that's what it comes to. So that was a good deal. $144 having 4 teeth fixed. Now I was thinking I was going to have expensive crowns and everything. So wow, that was just a great day for me. So, and I was like, "Do you think I should have the other ones done?" Anything? He looked and goes, "No." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, guys, thank you, bro." So I'm all okay. I got one missing tooth because I broke that one off. That was a bummer. It didn't rot out; it broke off, and I woke up and one day it was in my mouth. I pulled what tooth out of my mouth. That was a couple of months ago here in Thailand because I broke the bone that holds it in for another BB deal, biting a BB. Broke my housing inside your jaw. I broke the tooth and it eventually wiggled out. It fell out one day when I was asleep and pulled it out. So I still have it. It's in perfect shape, no rot or anything. I could have stuck it right back in if I'd had some glue that would have worked. I could have just stuck it right back in. There's nothing wrong with it. Bummer, but I'll get something put in there someday maybe. Don't bother me much. I can still eat just fine. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm loving Thailand. I came here, I got a hernia operation for $800. Now I got my teeth fixed, which was what I wanted to do, but I was expecting to spend thousands. I think I wasn't going to get off the hook for at least 1,000 or a couple thousand, even here in Thailand. And man, the guy hooked me up for $144 and got my mouth rebuilt. Well, adding in the teeth cleaning, and it was still less than 200 bucks. 4 teeth fixed, my whole mouth clean. And when he was done cleaning, he even polished them up with the Dremel and the polish too. He polished them up, man. He did a good job, really whitened everything up. So yeah, I don't have to worry. That was kind of a big worry on my mind. I thought I was going to be toothless here, and which I would have been here in about another year. I don't think I'd have had these bottom 2, and the top 2 were wearing away pretty bad. So as long as whatever he put on holds, it'll be good. And if it don't, I can go back for $144 and get it done again. You know, if something happens and it chips, I know a good dentist now. Guy was really good, competent young guy, probably only around 35. I hard to judge Asians though, and they all had masks. I never did see their whole face so the whole time. But yeah, young guy, doctor. The name of the place was Hua Hin Clinic, if I remember right. Look at it on Google. It's not too. It was really. I think you could just about walk in there and get seen. I didn't have to make an appointment the first time I didn't. After first time they made me an appointment. But yeah, it was a good deal. I think I can't say enough about them. They treated me fair. I'd say more than fair, and got me in, got me out of there, fixed me up, and I'm good to go. Maybe I can smile again. Maybe I got game with the women again. Hey? No, I don't. So, but it couldn't hurt. I'm sure. I'm still creepy looking though. I've had it. One of my first comments when I started this YouTube channel was, I mean, like the second comment was, "Dude, you look really creepy." I pinned the comments and I agree, man. I do. But anyway, thanks for watching. That's my experience here in medical in Thailand is right on, man, and so affordable for, like I said, my hernia operation, 2 nights in a hospital, $800. Got my 4 teeth fixed for $144. You just can't beat that. And it would have put me into poverty in the poorhouse if I tried in Alaska for sure. Ate up every bit of my savings probably to get that all done. So yeah, it was awesome. I can't say enough about the Dr. Hua Hin Dental Clinic. It really is a great place. I'd highly recommend him for just filling and teeth cleaning and stuff. He's really meticulous. Well, okay, y'all be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, hopefully from Hua Hin Beach. Really. See you in the next one.